All right, everyone. So, lesson 6-7 is going to be finding angle measures. So, we are in our math journal and we are on page 218. Math journal 218. So, go to that page. Today we are finding angle measures, but our directions specifically say to not use a protractor. It says find the unknown angle measure in problems 1 through 5. Do not use a protractor. So you do not need your protractor for this one. So let's look at number 1. We have this angle right here. And what kind of angle is this? Not just this part, but the whole angle. I have a little helper here, little Loki. So if you see a little paw print get in the frame, then that's probably going to be him. So what angle is that? If you look, they have a box. That means it's a 90-degree angle, okay? So we know this whole thing is 90 degrees, right? We know that this part is 45 degrees. And we also know that this is lettered C. It's labeled C. So that is our unknown. They want us to write an equation with our unknown. So if we're writing this, we're finding the missing angle. So we have 90 as our whole angle minus, what is the measurement we already know? We know that this angle is 45 degrees. So minus 45 equals, and they already gave us the unknown, which is C. Okay? So now you can even do your work over here. Some of you might know it without doing your work, but it is beneficial to double check. 90 minus 45. Well, we can't do 0 minus 5, so we have to borrow, make the 9 and 8, make our 0 a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. And then we have 8 minus 4, and that is 4. So what is our other angle? 45. That goes on answer. All right. So they actually split this angle directly in half, didn't they? So that is, I know this sounds kind of simple so far, but let's just see what all today's lesson has us do, okay? So now we have number 2. We have a new problem. Again, we have a 90-degree angle, and we have 20 degrees, and then a missing angle, lettered D. So now let's write this equation. We have 90 degrees minus, we have 20 on this equation, equals D. So this one we don't even really have to do our work, because we know 0 minus 0 is 0, but 9 minus 2 is 7. So our answer is 70 degrees. All right. So now look at letter C, or number 3, I guess. So this isn't a 90-degree angle. Does anyone remember how many degrees this angle is? A straight angle is 180 degrees. All right. How many degrees does it give us in this equation? We have 60 degrees that we know about, and we are trying to find y. All right. So now let's solve this one. 180 minus 60. 0 minus 0 is 0. 8 minus 6 is 2. And 1 minus 0 is 1. So our missing angle is 120 degrees. All right. Look at number 4. We have, again, 180 degrees because we have a straight angle. But we're subtracting 115 this time, and this equals E. Okay, they gave us 115. We're looking for E. All right. Now, 180 minus 115. All right, we can't do 0 minus 5, so we do 7, make this a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 7 minus 1 is 6, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So our answer is 65 degrees. Now, let's do the try this. I think you guys can do this one. This one just takes more steps. So, we're doing finding x, but we have two angles that we already know. It's a straight angle, so it's going to be 180 degrees. But we need to subtract 50 and subtract 15. And that equals x is our unknown on this one. So we have 180 minus 50 minus 15. So we could even add these two up and say 50 plus 15 is 65. That way we only have to subtract one number. Again, we need to borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. 7 minus 6 is 1. And 1 minus 0 is 1. So our missing angle here for x is 115. Okay? Now, go ahead and get in your envelope and get out your Math Masters page. All right, so in your envelope, you're going to have a paper that says Putting Together Angles, Lesson 611, okay? So first it says to use a half circle protractor to measure each large angle, but you actually don't need to do that. They actually gave you the measurements on here. This is going to be more to see if you can pull out the angles that they want, okay? So I'll do the first one with you, but you need to be able to do 2 and 3, okay? And then there's a back side, so stay with me. So they want up here, if you look at number 1, angle ABC or ACB, okay? Angle ACB. So let's look at our angles for number 1. So we have ACB and we have ACD, okay? So if we're looking for angle ACB, that's this straight line, okay? All you really have to do is add up these numbers. 130 plus 150, plus 50 is 180. Okay? Now, here they're wanting EFG. So again, you need to do the same there. And then IJK. Okay? You need to be able to do those on your own after this video. Now, flip it over. This says combining angles. Okay? Use the angles to answer the questions. Which angles could be combined to form a right angle? So what you're going to be doing is you need to find which angles from the ones that they have up here are going to give us that right angle. So it says which angles make a right angle. A right angle is 90 degrees. Okay? So it says which angle could combine to give us a right angle. Well, we already know this angle is way too big. It's 200. So we already know we can't use ABC. Now, MLK is only 20, so we might be able to. HIJ is 15, PON is 80, and FED is 70. Now, which two do you see that we can put to make 90 degrees? I see MLK and FED. All right. Now what it wants us to do is make our equation, which is just taking the measurements that they give us and putting them into the problem. So this one was 20 degrees and this one was 70 degrees. And that equals 90. Okay? That's how they want you to do these problems. You don't have to put the 90 over here. That's just my reminder for you. So then for the next ones, you need to find which angles could be combined to form an angle measuring 150 degrees. Which angles could be combined to make a measure of 95. Which angles could be combined to form an angle measuring 270. All right, and then this one. How many different acute angles can you make by combining two of the angles? All right. 5, I want you to try, but I'm going to be grading 1 through 4. Okay, so I want you to try this one. And I'm going to be looking at it, but I'm going to be grading 1 through 4. Okay? So I'm also going to be grading 2 and 3 on the front. Okay? Now, you do not need to do the math boxes for today, but you do have a home links page. All right? So, finding angle measures, home link 611, page 181. You also need to turn this in, and I will be grading this. So it even reminds you up at the top that a right angle measures 90 degrees and a straight angle measures 180. You're going to be doing the same thing we did in our journal with finding the missing angle. You need to write the equation with the unknown and put your answer for 1 through 6. Okay? Look at number 6 quickly with me. You have a right angle here. If you have a right angle here, how many degrees is a right angle? That's 90 degrees. They don't say 90 over here, but they gave you the box, and that tells you it's going to be 90 degrees. That's going to help you figure out that problem. Then you also need to do 7 and 8. You're ordering the fractions from smallest to largest. Okay? Remember, the larger the denominator is, the smaller the fraction is. Okay? All right, class, do your best and focus and rewind the video, pause the video, get this done in the order that makes sense to you, but make sure you turn in your Math Masters page, your home links, and I will be looking at the journal page to make sure you went along and did it with me. Okay? Have a good day, guys.